That will come to $270,000 of principal. I can't quote an interest, and the remaining dollars from the $382,000 will be applied to the January ban. And I believe there's about $255,000 left on that one, so that'll cut it just less than in half on the second ban. So that's how we'll use the money. The EPA does require that we send proof that we paid these off or applied them in January. It'll be an application, not a payoff. So we'll have to remit paperwork to the EPA in both instances to let them know that that is in fact what we did with the grant money as proof, so that we are in compliance with the grant. Question?
Yeah, Bill, will that show up in the residents' bills? Any reduction in their payment when you pay off the bill? The note, the first note.
That will be a determination between myself, the board, and how we work the numbers and where we're at.
You know, every April we talk about rates, and so we set the rates for this year. And what I would recommend to the board is, particularly based on where we're at on sewer, is we talk about this in April and adjust the rates at that time. So your last payment would probably be as it was set out this past April. And but it certainly is going to reflect, you will be paying less for that pipe. And of course, as you all know, we're now going to be negotiating with the village on your sewer IMA, intermunicipal agreement, and so we're hoping that that's going to get better as well. So got things going in the right direction. We'll see on that one what goes on.
How does that audit turn out?
From the state?
Yes.
It's not complete yet, is my understanding. I've not heard something. Okay, the next item, but thank you very much, folks, for your participation in that. The next item is, oh, please do.
You mentioned 382. So in the interest of full disclosure, I think we should tell the public, maybe they know already, the difference between 382 and the 400,000. There's a 18,000 diversion. What is it?
That's the amount of money the federal EPA charged Congress for processing the grant.
Right. So the actual
federal
amount that we
EPA
received was
3,000 and gave us 382. You got to pay those bureaucrats from Washington somehow.
Do I get that much from my administrative work, Doug? Pardon? Do I get that much from my administrative work?
Yeah.
No.
You're filling out a voucher, Bill. We'll look at one on that.
Now that brings up the next item that we feel pretty good about as well, and that's the Jessup Switch Road Rehabilitation Grant status. And Ken is working with Mr. Pahuki, who is the head of this committee in the county legislature, and I'm working with Joanne Frazino, who is the head of the, I don't know her title, but anyway, she works in the Community Development Action Grant Group. But the fact looks like the money is going to be coming, federal stimulus money will be coming to the town of Goshen. And it's either $286,000 or $287,000. But I can't say it because I don't have the piece of paper in front of me saying we've got it. So it's not ours yet. Our planning for this is complete. All the designs and the engineering work has been done. And our plan was is to put this asphalt down in this fall, redo this road. When I talked to Joanne this past week, she said, well, Doug, you know, with all the federal stimulus money that the state or the county has gotten, it's different protocols than the others, and they're working through this, coming up with these contracts for each of the individual towns with that money. And they may not complete that task until December. So we may not get the formal, you've got it, until December, which means then we would go out for the competitive bids in probably January or February, and we would put the asphalt down as soon as warm weather occurs. Okay. So she said she would do her best, as did Mr. Kaplicki said he would do his best to see if we can get it hurried up so we can get it in this year, go out for competitive bids, and put it down this fall. But it doesn't look like that may occur. But we're really, really pleased. Here's another whopper, $287,000 for something that is a road that we drive on. It's like a water line you get water through. It's not a bridge to nowhere. It's not some esoteric kind of thing. I mean, it's a reality, something we're going to pay for one way or the other, and saves people in Goshen that much money. So we're talking well over, $600,000 between the two of them. Okay. Ken, do you have any other comments on that one? Because you've been...
No, just that, now, let's say, He told me this afternoon that he picked up on your phone call. He sits on the committee, as Doug said, and he indicated he's going to go back to, let's say, and express the urgency of trying to get it done this year. The worst case scenario, he'd make sure it was voted on, that the money would be there for next year. Okay?
Good. Dennis, can you report on the sewer negotiation status?
We've had I've had at least one meeting internally between our negotiating committee, Councilman Newbold and Councilman Capella. We've had some difficulty in agreeing on times and dates for the village, and in fairness, only because of their schedules. And by that I mean, with all due respect to you gentlemen, we have a number of retirees who do not work full-time. The village is in a different situation where they have 80% of their board works. So in fact, they work out of the area. So we're having a little difficulty agreeing on convenient dates. We've moved it to the evening hours now. I'll know better tomorrow, so I can notify Councilman Newbold and Capella. But in the meantime, what we have done is Donovan and I have exchanged a lot of information based upon our discussions. And so we're in the throes of it. Unfortunately, Councilman Capella and Newbold need to be brought up to speed, so hopefully we'll do it tomorrow. I'll talk to you later on.
That's good. Thank you. The next one is that we were invited to have a joint meeting with the village back in September, but two of our board members one was out of the country and one was out of the state, so with 40% of the board gone, we elected not to have that joint meeting with the village. And so we rescheduled a joint meeting with the town and village boards for November 2nd, 2009 at 7 o'clock in the village hall. And the village will be putting together an agenda for this and getting us that copy of that agenda so we can be prepared to go to the meeting. But I'd rather imagine it's going to be dealing with joint recreation, but I don't know that. There are several things we can talk about.
Will we have the state results yet at that point?
I have no idea, sir. I really don't know. Dennis, do you know where that
I
is?
suspect not. I think the state's position is that they wanted to do a rather extensive audit. It was going to take probably an inordinate length of time. I know their target was to have it done this year. Now, we're all but mid-October now, so I would tend to think they would try and get it done before the second set of holidays, if you will. So I'm expecting to see it maybe the first week of December. That's not a guarantee. That's just best guess based upon what they've told us.
We had a meeting with Mr. Blicky and myself, Mr. Cantorino, Commissioner of Finance. We had a meeting with the state auditors when they first agreed to do this, and they said, how they're going to basically do it and this and that, but the timeline was kind of open-ended, and so we just don't know. But they'll get back to us when they get to that point where they want to talk to us again.
Yeah, just so the board's aware, I think you are, the Controller's Office has been to the village. They've outlined to them on at least 2 occasions what information they want, what they intend to do, and I know they embarked on it. I just don't know what their time schedule is and how continuous they'll complete the work.
And in the letter that I wrote to the state comptrollers, I also asked them to audit us, because if there's something the town of Goshen is not doing well, we would like to know about it as well, and so we can fix that. So we want to be beyond reproach on all of this. Knowledge is power and good for everybody. Yes, sir.
I've still been seeking for a long time a breakout between maintenance and usage, because one is tax deductible and the other is not.
Yeah.
Many occasions, I've yet to see that. I've told many people on the phone and personally or whatever, this is something that we should be providing.
We agree.
Yeah, no question.
Okay. Absolutely. Okay.